As of 2023, there are 3,112 billionaires in the world. The billionaire perspective on life is quite different from anything you've ever experienced, and it'll definitely go against many of the things you believe. Here are 15 secrets only billionaires know. Welcome to Productive Millionaire, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Number 1, you don't usually get to $1 billion and still own 100% of your business. Jeff Bezos owns 12.7% of Amazon. Elon Musk owns 13% of Tesla. Bernard Arnault owns 46% of LVMH. Warren Buffett owns 16% of Berkshire Hathaway. Larry Ellison owns 35% of Oracle. You get the idea. Most millionaires are share protective. They guard their shares like hawks without realizing they're actually keeping themselves from accelerating upwards in a shorter period of time. Here's a wake-up call. Owning 15% of a multi-billion-dollar pie is a lot more financially lucrative than owning 100% of your $3 million business, even if you don't have the brainpower to do anything else. Ask any millionaire and they'll tell you almost half, 35 to 50% of their net worth is tied up in real estate. Ask any billionaire and you'll quickly realize business interests, private equity make up for over 70% of their net worth. The most productive way to increase your net worth is by owning a business, blow it up and then use the funds to buy pieces of other businesses and do it all over again. Number 3, do not use your own money. Use someone else's to make yourself rich. You can literally earn your way to $1 million. There are plenty of jobs out there where if you put your head down, put in the years, stack those checks, you'll get to 7 figures. Doctors, lawyers, tech engineers, they all earn a ton of money from their salaries. But you cannot get to $1 billion the same way. Your financial life unlocks vertically when you realize you can use other people's money to make yourself rich. Here's how most billionaires do. They need $100,000 to start the business and give off 20% of the company. This values the company at $500,000. Their 80% share of this new business is worth $400,000. And we barely started. Step 2, they get some revenue and they build a team ready to scale. Let's say the company at this point is making $1 million in recurring revenue per year. Step 3, they then go to some external investors and sell 20% of the business at a $10 million valuation, meaning they now have $2 million in cash and the remaining 60% of the company is now worth $6 million. Use that $2 million to go from $1 to $10 million in yearly recurring revenue. Step 5. You guessed it. You go to raise funds again, this time at a $100 million valuation, you sell 20% more of the business to get that $20 million. At this point, the 40% you're left with is worth $40 million. Step 6, you use the $20 million to develop a product for other companies and hire salespeople. You and everyone that's invested in your company along the way is now a billionaire. At every stage of this journey, you used other people's money to scale up, to hire people, to develop products, to get new sales. And with every one of those moves, the valuation went up. Now, before you call bullshit on what we just told, you know that this is the simplified model UPath has used to IPO at a $35 billion valuation, and we were fortunate enough to learn from the founder along the way. Number 4, everything is a buy low sell high equation, only the scale differs. Some billionaires trade in commodities, coffee, metals, etc. Others trade in shipping. Those commodities where the cost of gas, people and transport is lower than what others are willing to pay you to get it delivered. Others trade in risk, in debt. Tech and media companies trade in attention and eyeballs, buy them low, sell them high. Use the profit to do it larger over and over again. Amazon as an e-commerce store has tiny margins, but a lot of transactions. Tesla has incredible margins and a decent number of transactions. A business grows when one of 3 situations occur. 1. You charge more and maintain the same number of transactions. Artists use this model too. You charge the same, but increase the number of customers. When fast food chains open up new locations. ND3, you charge more while increasing the number of transactions. Luxury brands use this strategy, which actually made Bernard Arnault the richest man in the world. The secret most billionaires know is that once you move into a different bracket of scale, you have incredible negotiating power on how low you can buy. Only billionaires know that the profit is made at the point of purchase, not the point of sale. Number 5, art is a preferred store of value that can easily be moved around. When you are that rich. Thanks to our friends at Visual Capitalists for this visual. Now, the most interesting thing you'll notice is just how quickly the retirement fund becomes irrelevant as you climb in net worth, and how that large position is replaced by a trust fund. The wealthiest 10% of Americans own a record 89% of all U.S. stocks. The bottom 90% of Americans barely have any investable assets at all. So here's what you need to remember. You survive by earning. You get rich by owning. If you don't want to end up like 90% of Americans, start buying things that increase in value over time. If this isn't a wake-up call to start taking this more seriously, Alexis R., we don't know what is. It's going to be a really interesting year, and we feel like a lot of things might change for you if you're on a mission to escape mediocrity. Write the word escape in the comments.